We want to tell you about the Illinois Attorney General's office now ordering a charity run by Dolton Mayor Tiffany Henyard to stop soliciting donations. The charity, called Tiffany Henyard Cares, failed to register with the Attorney General's office or disclose how much money it raised and how the money is being spent. Fox 32 first raised questions about her charity last year. Our investigation with the Illinois Answers Project found she was using public employees and taxpayer dollars to support the charity, including a $10,000 donation from Dolton Township, where she is supervisor. The AG's office says it is evaluating further action against the charity to protect donors and enforce state laws about charitable giving.
Tiffany Teflon Tahoe, the super city girl mayor of Dolton, Illinois, and the most pathological liar in the Southland of Chicago, is under the microscope regarding her fake breast cancer charity, an organization she created to supposedly help patients suffering with breast cancer, only to use the organization to funnel money using her two local positions, mostly stealing money from Dolton Township to fund her alleged funnel organization. It's been over a year and a half since people started questioning this organization, but recently the Illinois Attorney General sent a notice to Tiffany Tahoe and Keith Freeman, her partner in crime, telling them to stop taking donations for the organization due to their failure to comply with state rules. This week, Tiffany Teflon Tahoe appeared on Roland Martin's YouTube show, where she really made him look crazy. She lied to his face over and over about everything, and obviously Roland and his team hadn't done enough research on this woman because he had no follow-up questions or rebuttals for her obvious lies. One of those lies was about her charity. The super city girl mayor told Roland the charity was not in her name and she had nothing to do with it. She simply allowed the group to use her name and likeness.
When you look at how you're being framed, you are being called crazy, deranged, saying that you are stealing funds. You also you have a charity that from the Attorney General's office, as I understand they sent a cease and desist letter to your foundation?
I don't know nothing about that. I'm not crazy. I'm not
You have
deranged.
Tiffany Henyard Cares, your foundation. So the Attorney General's office hasn't reached out to you regarding your foundation?
So I want to set the record straight. I don't have a foundation. I am a supporter of anybody that's struggling with cancer. My mom had breast cancer, and I'm always push anybody that has that. If someone uses my name to push their charity, or if you say this is Tiffany t-shirt, people gonna buy it. Because right now I'm considered what? Clickbait. People make money off of my name by views. So you just take my name.
Don't have a, you say you don't have a foundation.
I do not. And that's why I tell everybody, go do your research. I'm not on anything.
The lie detector determined that was a lie.
Of course, I knew that was a lie when she said it. But yeah, this pathological liar got caught up once again, and we're going to get into it. But first, take a second to make sure you're subscribed to the channel and click the notification bell for all updates.
WGN Investigates has learned a suburban politician's charity has attracted the attention of the Illinois Attorney General after failing to file financial documents.
We've reported on Tiffany Henyard. She holds two elected positions, Dolton Mayor and Dolton Township Supervisor. She's used those positions to steer money to her own cancer charity. But how that money is being used is anyone's guess.
I want people to know that I'm caring.
Tiffany Henyard told me in November she cares. Apparently so much so, it's also the name of her charity.
Check it out.
The Tiffany Henyard Cares Foundation posts videos highlighting walks and other events that prominently feature the politician proudly promoting her cancer charity.
I just want people to know that, hey, Tiffany Henyard Cares Foundation is here. We will help anybody in need.
And like I stated here many times before, Tiffany's phony charity isn't helping anybody but Tiffany and her criminal partners. All they do is have these events where Tiffany Tahoe is walking around thinking she's Nicki Minaj or somebody, like a hip-hop rapping superstar with a crazy entourage that the taxpayers are being billed for. Nobody is being helped but her, just spending thousands and thousands of dollars to dance in the streets. These are more like campaign events to plaster her face and name everywhere.
She certainly may help some, but Henyard's charity has failed to file required financial statements showing income and expenses. WGN Investigates obtained this letter from December in which the Illinois Attorney General threatened civil penalties are imposed against persons who do not register with this office as required.
But there's no foundation in the state of Illinois moving like we moving and shaking and grooving like we doing. Right? That's right.
She said no foundation is moving like her foundation in the state of Illinois. I'll give that to her. How many people have two local positions where they can take taxpayers' money and donate it to themselves?
Henyard mixes her two taxpayer-funded jobs and charity work.
Anybody else after that, lady? That's it.
That's Keith Freeman sitting next to her at a Dolton meeting where he's the village administrator. Freeman is also an advisor to Thornton Township, and he's the guy listed as the registered agent of Tiffany Henyard's foundation.
I think it's just about personal gain and trying to use it as more of a publicity type thing.
Chris Gonzalez is the last surviving critic of Henyard on the Thornton Township Board. He and other critics say public money has been used to fund Henyard's private charity. They say board members were asked to approve a $10,000 payment to the foundation in 2022, days before a much publicized cancer walk from Dolton to Springfield. Thornton Township credit card records show taxpayers then footed the bill for more than $10,000 in hotel rooms along the route.
I saw the video, township vehicles being used, township employees being used. Once again, were they paid? Were they given comp time or things of that nature? So there's just, unfortunately, there's a long list. Hotel use, meals.
But I shouldn't have to sit up here and break all this down.
Henyard sometimes shouts down or shuts down questions about expenses while presiding over public meetings, as we learned in November. That's when we reported Thornton Township taxpayers spent thousands of dollars on a trip to Las Vegas, where a shopping center conference was underway. Henyard and her allies spent thousands on everything from steak dinners to hotels and what appeared to be first-class airfare.
I do not handle anything as relates to with credit cards. As you heard me speak today in my board meeting about, I do not handle that.
The lie detector determined that was a lie.
I know you remember this infamous clip. Up there spending thousands on credit cards from Dolton accounts and Thornton accounts, and had the nerve to say she had nothing to do with it. Just like the charity. This lady will lie over and over again with a straight face.
Some of those charges are for you, though.
No, sir.
You didn't go to Las Vegas? What is that?
No comment.
You don't know if you were in Las Vegas?
Of course I do.
Were you?
It's not paid by them.
Did you fly first class to Las Vegas?
Any other questions?
Actually, yeah, we have a lot more questions, but neither Tiffany Henyard nor her advisor, Keith Freeman, responded to our requests for comment, and the two governments they control, they have stopped releasing their financial records requested by us under the Freedom of Information Act. We'll see. The Illinois Attorney General plans to make another demand for information about Henyard's charity this week.
All right, so those financial records that we're hoping to get, what would they reveal? What types of things?
Everything about the charity, from whether or not Tiffany Henyard and her aide are paid as part of it, to how much money they've taken in, but more importantly, what they're spending money on. Henyard has claimed that it goes to helping people with chemotherapy and wigs and housing, but we don't know whether any of that's true because they haven't filed these required financial forms, which are meant to make sure charitable organizations are doing what they say they're doing.
All right, so we'll see what happens next.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Ben.
Now the super city girl mayor is catching more heat after lying about not having anything to do with a charity.
So I'd asked you before we went to the break. I talked about again this charity and the Illinois Attorney General's office. This is from CBS affiliate there. Says that the accusation comes at the same time the Illinois Attorney General's office told Henyard's charity multiple times in recent months to stop improperly soliciting donations because it had not registered with the state as required by law. And you said that's not your charity. Correct. Okay. So were you ever? So show the video here. 'Cause I'm trying to understand this here. So this is a video of you marching with the charity. So what is this?
So what What they're not telling you is we literally walked to Springfield to create a bill to help anybody that suffered from cancer, whether it's the village of Dolton, Thornton Township, and then I increased it to the state of Illinois. And that bill will help people by giving them $10,000. And that's a bill that we actually are initiating, and we're still working on it. When I went through the Republican states, the Republican areas, we didn't have any issue. Everybody was on board because everybody is suffering from cancer or knows someone that passed or is actually going through it. So that was the whole purpose of the walk, to basically bring awareness and bring people together. That's what the whole purpose of it is.
But if you had, so there were folks with signs saying Tiffany Henyard Cares Foundation. Who was that?
What do you mean? It's everybody. Everybody was there.
No. What I'm saying is, what is the Tiffany Henyard Cares Foundation? You said it's not affiliated with you at all.
Correct.
Well, what is it?
So someone made up a foundation. They named it after me, and they like my work that I do in the community, and it's called Tiffany Henyard Cares. So we all went.
But they weren't registered. Have you contacted them and told them you can't use my name improperly?
Well, my lawyer's handling a lot of that stuff, so all I can tell you is that I'm not the one on anything. That's the only thing I can tell you right now. So I'm just trying to answer to the best
So you're
of my ability.
saying there's a foundation that's not registered, but it has nothing to do with you?
Correct. That's true.
Okay.
That's
so you're not aware of any of the work that they've done, money that they've raised, anything along those lines?
Correct.
The lie detector determined that was a lie.
So it's not your charity, Tiffany Tahoe? That's not what you said before.
I'm doing that I'm really, really big on, that's dear to my heart, is I'm real big on a cancer foundation. I have created Tiffany Henyard Cares Foundation, and what that entails is helping everybody within the 17 municipalities with services, such as well services and resources, such as if you need help paying for chemo, radiation, your medicine, your wigs, your prosthetic, your breasts, things of that nature, even helping you with housing. Because I know firsthand how that feels to just not have help when my mom had breast cancer. So I want to make sure that I put that out there to the public and to everybody, that it goes to any 17 municipality. You cannot live in Chicago to benefit from this foundation. It's strictly for people that live in the 17 communities. We are doing a cancer walk October 4th, and how this room was filled. I will hope you guys will come out for that cause. We will start right at Food for Less parking lot, and we will walk west going across the Unity Bridge, and we will walk 15 miles. So anybody that's up for the challenge or that feel they can make it, please show up. You can walk, ride, or drive. And yes, we got bikes. We have motorcycle clubs. We have all kinds of people that is joining us in this movement because you never know when you need this resource as well. So always be about the cause. Last but not least, even though I know we got another meeting, the kids' Halloween dance party will be Sunday, October.
Tiffany Teflon Tahoe, stop playing with us. We got way too many receipts. Again, this lady is a pathological liar. And Roland Martin let her get up there and play victim like the media is just bothering her, a single black mother, and all this other crap she was saying, playing the "it's because I'm a black woman" victim card, acting like she's been framed for stuff she didn't do. I have receipts on top of receipts on Tiffany. Information that I still haven't shared. But when you have a pathological liar, a woman that can run around and terrorize everybody in the town, using her criminal police and her former prison inmates that she's got on the payroll to harass the community, and not just men but dozens of other women. When is enough enough? And then how can Roland sit up there asking her questions like she's a poor victim? But when trustee Jason House came on, he was cutting them off, being very rude and hostile after he treated Tiffany like she was 4 years old. Well, now her little performance on Roland Martin was picked up by the local news.
WGN Investigates has an update on a questionable cancer charity now being investigated by the Illinois Attorney General. The South suburban politician, who the charity is named after, is now denying direct involvement in the foundation that bears her name.
All I can tell you is that I'm not the one on anything. That's the only thing I can tell you right now. So I'm just trying to answer to the best
So you're
of my ability.
saying there's a foundation that's not registered, but it has nothing to do with you?
Correct. That's true.
Okay.
That's
so
true.
you're not aware of any of the work that they've done, money that they've raised, anything along those lines?
Correct.
Okay.
Dolton Mayor Tiffany Henyard appeared on Roland Martin Unfiltered on YouTube last night. It comes after WGN Investigates reported the Tiffany Henyard Cares Foundation claims to support cancer patients but hasn't filed required financial disclosures to say how it raises or spends money. Henyard's claim that she's not involved in the foundation is contradicted by statements at public meetings and social media videos she's posted. As we've reported, her top advisor was also listed as the charity's registered agent. The Attorney General has ordered the foundation to stop soliciting money and is threatening legal action.
The super city girl mayor, she's been funneling a bunch of money, mostly from Thornton Township, to this organization. You have the $10,000 donation, her spending over $10,000 for hotels alone on just one event, $17,000 on t-shirts for that event. So yeah, we're talking about just one event. And she's constantly doing events in the name of the foundation while using Thornton taxpayers to fund it. This lady is a pathological liar, and it's not just people making up stories and telling people to believe it like these Nimrods on TikTok. But there is documented proof that she's lying, and that's also why she's refusing to release financial documents from the township and Dolton. She and her partner in crime, Keith Freeman, they've been refusing to release documents to the public. Let's go ahead and get the conversation started. Let me know what you think about this below. Why do you think Tiffany Tahoe is now trying to separate herself from her own organization? Special thank you to Mr. Paul and Lash. I appreciate you two greatly for your support. Mr. Paul B and his lovely wife, they've been supporting the channel for years. Thank you, thank you, thank you for your contribution. Shout out to Barrington, Creed, Dark Power, and Randy. Don't forget that you can support this channel as well. Links to Cash App and PayPal are below. Ladies, fellas, want a balanced analysis, want the truth from a woman's perspective? Then you're going to want to subscribe to this channel, and don't forget to like and share.